Hi there, it's Myrna Loy of Blackbright News, and as you know by now, I'm constantly sent or fed information, and sometimes it's old news, sometimes it's new news, and depending on how I see it's relevant today is whether I comment on it or not. Today I got a piece of information about the unfair and it's about locking up black people and they're not even guilty. You know, what is that about? You know, it's so unfair. 7 times more than whites are black people convicted of murder. And when they're convicted of murder, wrongly convicted of murder, I'll have you know, this is according to the Statistics of Exoneration Bureau, when they're wrongly convicted of murder, they spend at least 14 years in jail before being exonerated. 14 years and they didn't even do it. 14 years gone down the drain for something they didn't do. Then when it comes to sexual assault, it's 3 times more than whites, and then they do 2 years before being exonerated. With drugs, it's 12 times more than whites. Apparently, white and black people, they smoke weed or whatever it is, what other drugs they use, on an equal footing, but yet 12 times more black people are being wrongfully convicted of drugs and jailed. Now, what does that paint a picture of? Sometimes I ask myself, why does that happen apart from racism? Sometimes, you know, I've heard the saying, they used to say in England a lot, all blacks look alike. I mean, if you really study them, they don't. I remember when I was working at one place, there was a woman, she was like dark like this jacket, and the person that the white lady mistook her for was as fair as me. She called her by the other person's name and she goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I thought you were so-and-so." She genuinely thought that one person who was as dark as my jacket was the same person who looked like me, who was the same complexion as I was. How does that happen? And this is somebody, it's not a stranger, you know, this is somebody who works in the department and who's been working there for a couple of years. And so it tells me that when white people see black people, they just see a face, a black face. They don't see the distinction. They don't see their eyes. They don't see the shape of their nose. They don't see the shape of their lips. They don't see whether they've got long hair or short hair, their size. They don't see anything. They just see a black person. And this is a problem because when it comes to criminalising black people, sometimes it's based on white people's statements. And if they don't know the difference from one black person to the other, how are they supposed to make a valid judgment on who's who? You know what I mean? People's lives are being destroyed because of people being wrongly convicted. And like I said, sometimes it's not because it's malicious. Some of the times, I think it could be complacency. It could be I can't be bothered to look, or they're nothing to me, so therefore I'm not even going to think about what they look like. They're just black people. So therefore it doesn't matter that they're different, or that they come from different places, that they have different backgrounds, that they look different, that they dress different, that they're different sizes, they have different colour eyes, some have thin lips, some have big lips, some have big noses, some have small noses, some have straight noses, some have flat noses. It doesn't make a difference. far as they're concerned, we all look alike. Now, that didn't have any implications in the past when I was growing up, but it has implications now when people are coming forward and said that person committed that robbery or that person murdered that person, and they haven't got a clue what the person looks like. They might have the same colour jacket on. They might be wearing a black top. Oh, it must be him. He's got a black top on. Yeah, that's him. That's him. I'm sure it's him. 14 years down the line. 14 years. I mean, I read somewhere where this guy spent 25 years in jail before being exonerated. I think there are some instances where it's even longer than that. They spent nearly their lifetime. They come out bloody 70 and, you know, no use to the world, no use to anybody. They just come out to die, really. And it's very, very unfortunate. It's very, very sad. And, you know, if white people are watching this, you need to look at us as individuals. As much as you think we all look alike, we don't. And when it comes to criminalising black people, it's really important that you can tell one person from the other. I have lots of white friends at work, or acquaintances, whatever you call them. They know the difference because they genuinely study, and I guess we've become friends, so they're not going to get me mixed up with someone else. Besides that, you know, if it's not my hair that changes, it's my style of dressing. So they kind of look for something that's common in me, that distinguishes me from someone else. So, yeah, I think it's a sad state of affairs. But yeah, this is just about raising awareness of the implications of individual actions and what they have on people's lives. You may care, you may not care, but I'm putting it out there because what else can I do? That's what I'm here for, to raise awareness. So have a brilliant day, peeps, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.